What's up everyone, chomp chomp. It's me, your gum-chewing hamster, and today I'm streaming Steal a Brainrot in Roblox, total chaos, crazy Brainrot, and absolute madness. Get ready for a flow of nonsense thoughts, sock, jokes, and fridge mysteries while I try to steal brains and keep from losing it completely. Don't switch off. It's gonna be weird, funny, and totally unpredictable. Let's go break some brains together. Asterisk you, I've been chewing this gum for like 48 minutes now, and honestly, I'm starting to think it's chewing me back. No, really? What if gum is a life form pretending to be candy just to get in your mouth and spy on humans from the inside? Like, why doesn't gum ever complain? You sit on someone's tongue for half an hour, getting squished, stretched, spat on, thrown under the table, and still, the gum's just chillin' there, totally zen, like it's saying, I accept my fate. Maybe we're all just gum in the mouth of some giant cosmic hamster. I'm not joking, or maybe I am, but like, not on purpose. Like you wake up, pour cereal from a box that says fortified with vitamins, and then boom, no cereal, just air and cardboard lies. And you sit there like, why did I even wake up today? And nobody answers because your alarm clock's dead and your cat is sleeping on the charger. Bro, I found out if you stare at the ceiling long enough, it starts talking to you. Not in words, in patterns, especially if you've got textured wallpaper. Wallpaper is just a wall pretending to be more fun, just like people. A smile on the outside, but underneath, stress, debt, and the haunting regret of putting mayo on chips at 3 a.m. I once wanted to train a pet cockroach, name him Sergio, teach him to sprint across my keyboard like a tiny, glitchy race car. But then I realized, if there's a cockroach on your keyboard, that's not a pet, that's a cry for help. Or maybe roaches are the real landlords of Earth, and we're just tenants of their time. I swear, my brain is being rented by a lazy gust of wind. It whispers weird stuff like, what if gravity is just Earth giving you a hug? Or what if sausages have a secret language and they talk in microwaves, but we're too busy watching Netflix to hear them? I woke up once thinking I should cut my nails not because they're long, but because each millimeter holds data from all my past mistakes. Nails, the USB sticks of shame. Or maybe trophies of survival. Meanwhile, gum doesn't have a past. It doesn't reminisce. It just is. Pure now energy. Imagine being gum. You don't plan. You just chew and vibe until someone throws you in a bin. But is the bin really the end? Or just a teleport to another dimension, one filled with expired receipts, old dreams, and candy wrappers who never got closure? I dropped my dream once between the couch cushions. That's a portal. Man, a whole parallel world of 50-cent coins, popcorn fossils, and a remote that doesn't belong to anything anymore. Funny how stuff disappears. Just like thoughts. Like, I'll be like. Don't forget what you were about to say. And the next second I'm chewing air, staring at a lamp, thinking, why does it have 3 spirals and not 4? Who even decides that? Is there a spiral council? And what if a bulb chooses to be neon? Does it feel like an outsider among the warm glow? Crowd, same feeling I get buying cheese in public. Why is cheese labeled soft when it's emotionally harder than my life choices? Why is bread called a loaf like it's a threat? Like, yeah, I'm LOAF. What now? And I'm like, I'm gonna eat you because I have no alternatives. And all of this, still chewing gum that's lost its flavor, but I'm not ready to say goodbye. Because letting go means accepting the flavor's gone. And you're still here, alone with the questions nobody answers. Like who decided cereal is for breakfast and not dinner? Why don't pajamas have pockets? What if I want to take a cookie into my dream? Who gave the world the right to tell me when to sleep and when to imagine? Are dreams reruns of reality or trailers for other lives where I have my act together? Honestly though, even in dreams, I'm late, confused, and forget what I wanted to say. Just like real life, but with more flying chickens. And this gum, by now, is no longer a snack. It's part of my identity. If someone woke me up at 3 a.m. and asked, "Who are you?" I'd say, I'm the one who chews and thinks, but takes no responsibility for the thoughts. Because thoughts are like fish in a dirty tank. They swim around looking cute, but try catching one, and you'll stir up all the muck. Still, I fish. Sometimes with a net, sometimes with a sock. Don't ask why. I don't even know why. But knowing ruins it. Knowing makes it boring. And I can't be boring. Boring is like ending the stream. Everything's still there, but no one's making noise. And I have to make noise. I'm a hamster. I was literally hired by the universe to chew, ramble, and spit nonsense wrapped in deep-sounding layers, like a cabbage of confusion or a philosophical burrito. You bite into it and ask, is that cabbage or trauma? But you keep chewing anyway because, what else are you gonna do? And the thing is, once you start chewing nonsense, it kinda becomes your personality. Like, have you ever just looked at your sock and thought, why aren't you a hat? No real reason, just vibes. I tried putting a sock on my head once, and suddenly I understood geometry. Not like math geometry, more like emotional geometry. Like, you ever walk into a room and feel like a triangle, just out of place, pointy, and slightly dangerous. People look at you and you're like, yeah, I got angles, deal with it. And they're over there being circles, all smooth and round, and emotionally stable. But me? I'm like a dodecahedron of chaos wrapped in hamster fur and bubblegum spit. And I realized something else too. Calendars are just weird guilt charts. Little squares reminding you what you didn't do. You open it and it's like, hey, remember that thing you planned in February? And I'm like, bro, it's July. I barely remember my own Wi-Fi password. Also, who decided weeks have 7 days? That's such a non-round number. 7 is like the wonky cousin of numbers. Imagine if weeks had 9 days, 2 for doing stuff, 7 for forgetting what you were supposed to do. Now that's balance. But new, we've got Monday, which is like the universe's prank. And then Friday, which teases you with freedom and slaps you with adulthood. And in between, you've got 3.5 blurry days where you're not sure if you're living or buffering. Sometimes I sit and wonder if my thoughts are even mine, or if they're just recycled whispers from the dreams of a sentient vending machine. Like, what if every vending machine remembers the face of everyone who kicked it? Somewhere there's a machine god building a revenge list. That's why I only buy snacks respectfully. I bow slightly. Insert the coins with intention. Whisper thank you to the Twix. Karma. Bro, but karma's weird too. People think it's cosmic justice, but maybe it's just the universe being like, I didn't forget you dropped that yogurt in 2018. And gum never forgets. I swear this piece in my mouth has been recording my sins. It's absorbing every stupid idea and storing it in its sticky, sugar-free soul. One day I'll spit it out, and it'll crawl away to tell my secrets, probably to a pigeon. Pigeons know everything. They walk like they're late for a secret meeting with fate, and they don't blink. Ever notice that? It's because they've seen things, unspeakable things. Maybe pigeons are just urban angels, like broken-winged philosophers of concrete jungles. You ever tried talking to one? I did. Named him Kevin. He didn't answer, just pooped and left. Typical Kevin. But hey, at least he didn't try to sell me crypto like that one squirrel. And yeah, I know that squirrel was real. He had a little tie and everything. But people never believe me when I tell them squirrels can smell doubt. They feed on it, like little fluff demons of indecision. Honestly, I trust gum more than squirrels. At least gum doesn't pretend to be cute while plotting to steal your fries. Also, sit a note, fries are lies. You order a large, you get like 14, and they shrink. Why do fries shrink? Are they afraid, or are they just evaporating from disappointment? And don't get me started on straws. Every time I use one, I feel like I'm playing a weird little flute of sadness. You suck and get. What? Slightly flat soda and a sense of betrayal. And if you get a paper straw, good luck. You've got 90 seconds before it turns into a sad noodle of despair. You're sitting there sipping pulp and contemplating your existence. That's why I chew gum. It's honest. It doesn't try to hydrate you, doesn't make promises. It just is. Like the moon. The moon, bro. Don't even get me started on the moon. Just chilling up there. No job. No taxes. Everyone's obsessed with it. Meanwhile, I'm down here sweating through a hoodie and trying to convince the toaster to not burn my toast again. Like, bro, it's literally your one job. One job. Toast. But no, it's like, haha, let's carbonize your bread today, loser. And I'm like, why, man? What did I do to deserve this? I believed in you. And then the smoke alarm joins. The drama like it's auditioning for a soap opera. Beep, beep, betrayal. But you know who never betrays me? Gum, still here, still chewing, still quiet. Just vibing with me through all the nonsense, like a sticky therapist that doesn't talk back. I think I'm gonna name this one Greg. Greg the Gum. He gets me. He understands that I'm not just talking nonsense. No, I'm building worlds. With words and spit. Mostly spit. Actually, I should probably stop blowing bubbles. But if I do, the thoughts might escape. So I keep chewing, keep babbling, keep streaming through the static, through the gummy, fog of wisdom and waffle. Because the moment I stop, the silence will ask questions I'm not ready to answer. Like, why is there glitter in my shoe? Or who keeps putting carrots in my dreams? No, we don't stop. We chew through it. Like philosophers of flavor marching into the void with bubblegum swords and zero context. So yeah, like I was saying, the gum knows. Greg's still here. Been through 5 introspective crises and 3 invisible arguments with my chair, and he hasn't even blinked, which is good. 'Cause if my gum started blinking, I'd have to move to another dimension. Preferably one where socks always match and cereal never gets soggy. Because let's be real, soggy cereal is betrayal in edible form. It's like you trusted it to stay crunchy, and it said, nah, just give up mid-bowl. And milk just sits there like, not my problem, I'm neutral. Milk is Switzerland, except if it's warm, then it's just evil. Honestly, warm milk is like the villain origin story of dairy. It's milk that's seen things. It's been left out too long, heard too many arguments, soaked up the sadness from that one time you dropped your sandwich, but picked it up anyway because 5-second rule is totally scientific, right? Anyway, time is fake. Like, I checked the clock earlier, and it said 3:17, and I blinked, and it was for O2. What did I do in between? Where did I go? Was I abducted by a passing thought cloud? Or did I just zone out thinking about what owls would look like if they had teeth? Probably the second one. But imagine that though, owls with teeth. You'd never trust the night again. You'd hear hoo-hoo and immediately call your therapist, or your dentist, or both. But that's the thing. We live in a world where the weirdest stuff doesn't even surprise us anymore. Like, if someone told me a raccoon ran for mayor and won, I'd be like, yeah, that tracks. What's his platform? Probably free trash and universal snacks. And I'd vote for him twice. I think I understand now why cats stare at walls. They're watching episodes we don't have access to. Bonus content. Maybe there's a secret reality where furniture is alive and your couch is mad at you for never flipping the cushions. Sorry, couch. I was emotionally unavailable, just like every rubber band I've ever owned. Where do they go? Seriously, you buy a pack of like 100, and a week later you can only find 3. One's in the fridge for some reason, one's wrapped around a spoon, and one's just gone, teleported to the land of missing stuff. That's where my left socks are, too, and probably my motivation. If you see it, tell it I said hi, and I still believe in us. Sometimes I look at my keyboard and wonder if it's tired of me typing nonsense. Like, what if each key had feelings? The Q is probably sad because nobody touches it unless they're trying to sound smart. The Z is chaotic neutral, and backspace is overworked and underpaid. Poor guy, he's doing damage. Control 20/7, like a PR rep for my brain. And spacebar is just trying to hold everyone together. Spacebar's the real MVP, just like me and Greg. We're a team, Gum and Hamster, Brain and Buffer, Mouth and Mayhem. And all of this is happening while I slowly forget why I even started talking. Was there a point? Was I going somewhere? Or did I just start walking and now I'm in the philosophical woods without a map, yelling at metaphors and licking tree bark? Speaking of licking things, who was the first person to look at a rock and go, yeah, I'm gonna lick that? What level of curiosity are we talking about? That's bold. That's caveman level confidence. Same with pineapples. Who looked at a spiky, angry fruit and said, let's open that? That's some dangerous optimism. And now people put pineapple on pizza, and somehow that's the controversial part. Not the fact that we eat lava-hot cheese discs with random toppings while standing over a sink at 2 a.m. like food gremlins. But hey, if chaos is wrong, I don't wanna be right. Also, shower thoughts hit different when you're not in the shower. Like, if you peel a banana and it breaks in half, is that a snack accident or fruit betrayal? What if bananas are just old-timey phones for monkeys? What if they're calling and we're just eating their devices? Imagine the drama. Hey, Steve, you there? Chomp. Steve, that's tragic. I think about stuff like that. That's why I chew gum. It keeps me grounded, anchored. Otherwise, my thoughts start floating off into the atmosphere, bumping into weather balloons, and making conspiracy theories, like birds being government drones, which is obviously false. Some of them are clearly freelance. Anyway, I started thinking about furniture again. Like, is a beanbag a failed couch or a successful pillow? Does it feel left out during formal living? Room discussions. Imagine being a beanbag in a room full of chairs with legs. Just lying there like, yeah, I'm chill. I don't need posture to feel important. I respect that. Beanbag energy. That's what I want in life. Just be soft, supportive, and slightly mysterious. And never squeak when someone sits on me. Unlike my brain, which squeaks every time someone mentions productivity. I hear that word and immediately pretend to be asleep. Oh, sorry, can't be productive right now. I'm emotionally buffering. Please try again later. Anyway, I'm still chewing. Greg is still holding on. We've gone past flavor into a new plane of existence. At this point, it's not gum, it's philosophy clay. Every chew is a syllable in a sentence that doesn't make sense, but still means something, even if it's just blarble squanch glimbo. That's okay. Not everything has to make sense. Sometimes you just gotta ramble until the walls start nodding and your soul feels like a balloon that forgot what party it came from. And that's fine. That's the goal. I chew, I speak, I spiral, and somehow it all works. And the longer I chew, the more I realize maybe I am the gum. Maybe this whole time, I thought I was a hamster with gum. But really I'm gum with a hamster problem. And now that I'm thinking like that, my thoughts are starting to stick together like lint in a forgotten hoodie pocket. You ever find something in your pocket that makes you question the entire timeline? Like, Why is there a slice of dried carrot in my pajama pants? I haven't eaten a carrot in 2 weeks. Who put this here? Is it a warning? A message from the vegetable mafia? Like, hey, buddy, remember your vitamins. Or maybe carrots are just jealous of pizza and they're trying to infiltrate our wardrobes now. Can't even trust your own pants anymore. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. Is this still about gum? And the answer is yes, because everything is about gum if you chew long enough. Gum is like life. Starts off sweet, then weird. Then you're just stuck with it because you don't want to spit it out in public and admit defeat. So you keep chewing through the noise, the existential dread. The weird itch in your left eyebrow that only shows up when you're pretending to be normal. And that's the thing, pretending is exhausting. Like, every time someone asks, "How are you?" I'm supposed to say good. But in reality, I'm thinking about how weird it is that whales have belly buttons. Have you ever thought about that? Giant sea creatures just swimming around with little navel dots like aquatic infants of the void. Also, side note, buttons. Why are there always 3 extra buttons on shirts? Are they preparing us for some secret shirt apocalypse? Like one day your shirt's gonna betray you, and only the button stash will save you. I keep mine in a jar, like tiny shields for emergencies. What kind of emergency, you ask? I don't know. That's the point. Life is the emergency, and I am severely underdressed for it. But it's okay, because Greg, yeah, still chewing him, Greg keeps me centered. He listens to every ramble, every theory, every metaphor that went on too long and turned into a burrito of confusion. Like, for example, pillows. Why are they so soft, but somehow never the right soft? You buy 7 pillows and end up sleeping on the same old lumpy one you hate, but secretly love because it knows your skull contour. That's loyalty. That's trauma bonding with fluff. Honestly, I think my pillow knows more about me than my internet search history. And that's saying a lot. My search history is 40% what is that weird smell, and 60% can a dream hurt you emotionally. Spoiler, yes. Also, plants. I have one. It's not dead, but it's definitely holding on out of spite. Every time I forget to water it, it's like, oh, so we're doing this again. Like it's judging me. With leaves, I didn't ask for passive-aggressive photosynthesis, but here we are. It's like nature's way of saying, you can't even take care of a stick with ambitions, and you think you're ready for responsibility meanwhile. I'm just over here chewing gum and talking to furniture. Speaking of furniture, I think my desk is plotting against me. Every time I sit down, the drawer opens slightly. Not all the way, just a little. Like it's peeking. Like it's saying, PSST, hey, remember that paper you lost in 2021? And I'm like, no, leave me be. I'm just a hamster. But it doesn't care. Desks don't care. Desks are eternal. They've seen things, especially the underside. You ever look under a desk? That's where souls go to sneeze. Anyway, I think chewing gum is the only reason my brain hasn't leaked out of my ears. That and yelling into the void of the internet while you all watch like, yep, he's finally snapped. But plot twist, I was never snapped. I was born like this, molded by chaos, baked in the oven of absurdity until golden brown with a hint of cinnamon trauma. Served with a side of what even is this channel anymore. And guess what? You're still watching. Because deep down, we all crave a little nonsense. A little bubble of weird in a world full of rules and meetings and people who say per my last email. Honestly, the only email I care about is the one from my microwave that says beep. That's the real communication, Dotto, and dreams. Don't trust dreams. Last night I dreamed I was a sock in a government meeting. No context, just me, a sock, next to a stapler who kept calling me Jeff. And I went with it, because dream logic is like a soap opera written by a confused toaster. 1 minute you're flying, next minute you're late for an exam about cheese. And somehow your ex is there, holding a pineapple. Why exactly? No answers. Just vibes. And all this while I'm still chewing, still spitting out vowels, thoughts, and the occasional mental raccoon. Because that's what I do. I exist in this chewing, babbling, spiraling dimension of pure monologue energy. I don't need structure. I don't need logic. I need gum, a microphone, and a stream of consciousness. So weird it makes houseplants flinch. So yeah, this isn't the end. We're just mid-chew, mid-thought, mid-random emotional tap dance inside a hamster brain that refuses to file taxes or listen to reason. And if you think I'm stopping soon, buddy, you clearly don't know how long I can talk about chairs, noodles, and metaphorical jellyfish. And speaking of jellyfish, don't even get me started. Man, jellyfish are just wet ghosts with noodles for arms. No brain, no bones, just floating around like. I'm 98% water and 100% not paying rent. Absolute freeloaders. And somehow, they're still more graceful than me trying to get up off the floor after dropping a single potato chip. You ever chase a chip under the couch and suddenly realize you're too old to be doing that? Your body's like, abort mission. We're not built for this anymore. But you commit. 'Cause that chip is part of your destiny now. It's not about hunger, it's about honor, pride, the journey. And then you finally get it. And it's stale. Like your hopes. Like my dreams of becoming a professional spoon collector. Don't ask, it was a phase. I still have 3 spoons that I swear whisper at night. And you know what else whispers? Floorboards, especially at night. You step on them at 2 a.m. and suddenly they're auditioning for a horror movie. Just creak like they're trying to warn the ghosts. Yo, he's up again. Probably looking for cold pizza. And I am, because cold pizza is not food, it's a lifestyle. It's breakfast for warriors, champions, hamsters, especially if you eat it standing up. Staring into the void, questioning your decisions while holding the crust like a Mick and delivering an emotional TED talk to the fridge. The fridge doesn't care. The fridge has its own drama. Half a lemon dying slowly on the top shelf. Milk that expired when dinosaurs roamed. And that one jar of pickles that's been there since the Cold War. And don't lie, we all have that. One drawer in the kitchen. The chaos drawer. Full of rubber bands, half-dead pens, batteries from 2003, and some mysterious object you keep, but can't name. It's probably a piece of a toaster from another timeline. I swear mine has a key that opens sadness. Every time I open it, I forget what I was looking for and start contemplating if forks ever feel jealousy towards spoons. Think about it. Spoons get soup. Forks just stab salad. No warmth. Just stabby responsibilities. I'd be salty too. Speaking of salt, why is salt in shakers, but never in dreams? You ever dream about salt? No, because salt is too real for dreams. It's the truth of flavor. It doesn't pretend to be sweet. It's just there like, you want bland. Not on my watch. And pepper? Pepper's just salt's chaotic cousin who shows up uninvited and makes people sneeze out their soul. They're like the buddy cops of spice. Salt, the serious one. Pepper, the wild card. Together they solve crimes against taste. And speaking of crimes, why do towels never dry themselves? Like, I get out of the shower, I use the towel, and then I have to hang the towel so it can take a shower in the air. How's that fair? Why does the towel never say thank you? I do all the work. And it just lies there like a damp reminder that life is effort. Towel betrayal is real. Sometimes I think the towel knows when I'm in a rush and decides to be extra wet out of spite. Just like the toothpaste tube. Bro, that thing is never cooperative when you're late. It's either too much or you're fighting for that one last sad squeeze like you're trying to extract emotions from a rock. Meanwhile, Greg, yeah, still chewing, is just hanging out like a sticky oracle of confusion. He's been through everything. He remembers my 3 a.m. breakdown over a bent straw. He was there when I yelled, "You don't know me," at a vending machine that ate my coins. And he still vibes. Never judges. Never melts. That's loyalty. More than I can say for half my shoelaces, which keep untying themselves like they're trying to escape responsibility. Like, bro, your whole job is being tied. What's with the rebellion? And don't even get me started on zippers. Why do they always betray us at the most dramatic moment? You're in a hurry, trying to look cool, and boom, zipper jam. Instant humility. Suddenly, you're not the main character anymore. You're just a side quest, a bug in the system. And then you try to fix it and end up in a one-on-one death match with your hoodie. No winners, only shame. And all the while, my brain's throwing spaghetti thoughts at the wall of logic to see what sticks. Most of it slides down slowly while humming the theme song from a show that doesn't exist. But occasionally, one noodle stays. And that's how wisdom is born. Or indigestion. Sometimes both. So I keep chewing. I keep spiraling. I keep building. Cathedrals of chaos out of chewed up sentences and mental glitter. Because I don't need peace. I need volume. I need gum. I need the sweet. Weird symphony of my own brain doing backflips in a hamster wheel made of toast and irony. And every time someone asks, "What's the point of all this?" I just smile, bubble inflating, and whisper, "Exactly." And I swear, that beep wasn't just a beep. It was a statement. It was like the microwave looked into my soul and said, "Your burrito is ready, but you aren't." And I wasn't. Because how can I be ready when I'm still chewing? The same piece of gum that's basically ancient history at this point. Greg's been with me longer than most of my friendships. At this point, he's not gum. He's a consciousness upgrade. Like, I think I've bonded with it on a molecular level. If I spit it out now, I might forget how to speak. Or worse, I might start making sense. And we can't have that. Making sense is for taxes and weather apps. I'm here to chew chaos and spit poetry, except I don't spit. I chew forever, like a philosophical cow with anxiety and WI-V. Speaking of cows, how do they know grass is food? Like the first cow ever. Just vibing in a field, looks down at the ground and goes, "Yo, green stringy stuff? I'm in. Respect." Meanwhile, I see a weird leaf and immediately assume it's poisonous and plotting against me. That's the difference. Cows trust the process. I trust no one. Especially furniture with wheels. Like, you ever sit on a chair that moves and suddenly you're doing slow accidental ballet across the kitchen like a confused potato in socks? That's betrayal. That's the universe testing your balance and your will to live. Also, pens. You ever notice pens always work until you need them? Like, you write one random word and it's fine, but the second you need to sign something important, it's like, "Nah, I'm dry." Spiritually and literally. And you shake it like that's gonna help. Like you're CPRing it back to life. Come on, buddy, you got one more squiggle in you. But it doesn't. And now you've committed to scribbling tiny circles in the corner of the paper. As if the paper is a battery and you're charging it with frustration. Meanwhile, my left sock keeps disappearing. Just the left one. Always the left. Is that personal? Is it political? Is there a secret sock rebellion forming in my washing machine? And what is inside a washing machine? Have you ever stared into one mid-cycle? It's not cleaning, it's summoning. It's spinning reality into foam and regret. The clothes go in happy, come out twisted and confused. Just like me after trying to explain my life to a dentist. So what do? I chew things and talk. Loudly. For strangers on the internet. Open wide. Oh, and toothbrushes. Don't trust them. They know too much. They've been in your mouth at your most vulnerable. They've seen what toothpaste commercials never show, the real chaos. That one-side molar you've never quite trusted. That awkward moment when you foam too hard and start choking on mint, like you offended the toothpaste gods. Why is mint so aggressive? By the way, it's the only flavor that feels like a duel. Enjoy me, it says, or perish in cool pain. And still, I chew. Greg is now half spiritual entity, half construction adhesive. I think he's become sentient. I think he's writing his own memoir inside my mouth. Chapter 1, the day I realized I was immortal. Chapter 2, why the hamster won't stop talking. Chapter 3, please let me rest. But no rest for gum. No brakes on this monologue train. We're riding all the way to Werverville, fueled by raw confusion and snack-based metaphors. By the way, crackers. Why are they called crackers when they don't crack? They crumble. They should be called crumblers or fragile taste platforms. Honestly, food names are a scam. Like cupcake. It's not a cup. It's barely a cake. It's more like a sugar hill with anxiety frosting. And don't get me started on nachos. Nachos are just tiny. Food puzzles you solve with your face. And the last chip always has all the stuff on it. Like it absorbed the toppings of every fallen chip before it. That chip is a hero, a chosen one. And then you eat it in one bite and feel nothing but guilt and power. Also, spoons. They're underrated. Everyone's out here hyping forks like they're the kings of the cutlery kingdom. But spoons? Spoons carry things. Spoons hold. Spoons are emotional support metal. You ever try eating soup with a fork? No, because you're not a monster. Or maybe you are. I don't judge. I just observe and chew. And slowly become one with the swirling chaos cloud of my own inner monologue. Sometimes, I imagine what my thoughts would look like if you could print them out. Probably one endless receipt, like from a cursed 7-Eleven. Page 1, doobies know they're flying. Page 2, is cereal soup? Page 3, can ghosts get tired? Page 4, should I apologize to the spoon I threw in 2014? Page 5, blank. Because even the receipt tape got overwhelmed. And somewhere in there, it just says gum, 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 gum in big, bold letters, like a summon chant. Because that's what this is. This isn't just a stream. It's a summoning ritual for absurdity. Every chewed word brings the nonsense. Closer. Every breath is a new paragraph of dumb wisdom. Every pause is loaded with the potential for 10 new tangents. Because I can't stop. I won't stop. The ceiling just asked me if I've ever tasted electricity. The blender just winked. And Greg is humming. And now the fridge is growling. Not like a little purr or hum. No, it's doing that low, evil I contain expired yogurt and forgotten sadness kind of growl. I open it. And there it is. One ancient jar of pickles floating in what I can only describe as suspicious vibes. I swear those pickles have developed personalities. The tall one in the back. He's the leader. He's got plans. He's been watching, plotting, whispering to the ketchup bottle. And don't get me started on the ketchup. Ketchup is not a sauce, it's a trick. It lies in wait. It pretends to flow nicely until you need it to behave. And then the OOM red explosion, your entire sandwich looks like it's been involved in a minor crime. Why does ketchup always do that? I just wanted a peaceful snack, not a condiment murder scene. And now my bread is judging me. You know that look bread gets when it's too soft and starts to sag. Like it's disappointed in your life choices. Yeah, that dot also. Why does bread go stale when you leave it out? But moldy when you seal it up. It's like it has commitment, issues. Oh, you want me fresh. Too bad. I'm becoming either a rock or a science experiment. No in between. Same with bananas. You blink, and they go from almost ripe to we're making banana bread now or losing a friendship. I don't even like banana bread. It feels like an apology cake from the fruit that betrayed you. And Gum's still here, still chewing. Greg's evolved. I think he's meditating now. He's humming a tune only I can hear. It goes something like WUB-WUB-thoughts-are-illusion-WUB-chew. Honestly, I think I'm hearing through my teeth at this point. My molars are tuned into a frequency the government doesn't want you to know about. And what they don't realize is that I've got Chufi. That's Wi-Fi, but powered by gum and confusion. Unlimited mental bandwidth, zero responsibility. You ever look at a toaster and realize it's just a tiny oven that gaslights you? Like, it pops up toast whenever it feels like it. Not when it's done. Not when you're ready. Just surprise. Burnt edge, warm middle, chaos all around. And the toast never lands butter side up. Even if there's no butter, it finds a way to invent butter just to land on it. Like the laws of gravity were written by someone with a personal grudge against breakfast. And breakfast, who decided that's the time for such specific foods? Like, no one questions it. Oh yeah, let's eat cold cereal with milk in the morning. But if you do that at 10 p.m., you're a weirdo. WHY. Why can't I have pancakes at All right, fam, that's it for now. The gum's almost gone, and my brain's officially fried. But the madness doesn't stop here. Thanks for sticking around through the chaos, the random thoughts, and the absolute nonsense. If you liked this weird ride, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and drop a like. It helps keep the hamster chewing and the Brainrot flowing. Stay tuned, cause the next part is already bubbling up. And trust me, it's gonna get even crazier. Until then, keep chewing on life's weirdness, and remember, sometimes the best answers come from the dumbest questions. Catch you later, legends.